One of the region's top rivalries renews tonight as the Grayson County Lady Cougar softball team hosts arch rival Edmonson County in a massive district matchup. These two teams were scheduled to play earlier this week, but it was washed out due to rainstorms. An overcast night tonight, but maybe a slight chance of a little bit of rain, but it looks like we're going to have some softball in Litchfield. And a good evening and welcome to Grayson County High School for tonight's coverage of Grayson County Lady Cougar softball on K105 Digital Productions. Sam Gormley with you tonight. We appreciate you taking the time to tune in to tonight's coverage. Coming up on our pregame show, we're going to introduce you to both teams, talk to the head coach. Or we're not going to talk to the head coach, but we're going to get you ready for the starting lineups and just get you ready between here, Grayson County and Edmonson County, in what should be a great matchup. As I always say, it doesn't matter the sport. It doesn't matter if it's Edmonson County's best team against Grayson County's worst team or vice versa. You know you're in for a treat when these two teams match up, no matter the sport, no matter the outcome, and no matter the venue. Grayson County and Edmonson County comes up here soon. We'll take a break and come back with more as this is Lady Cougar Softball, K105 Digital Productions.
When you're looking for the best burger in town, choose Twin Lakes Creamery and Grill in Litchfield. I know it sounds odd that a creamery would have the best burger in town, but try it and you'll see. Then ask for the famous Crazy Cone or a hand-scoop shake, float, or coffee. Did I mention Twin Lakes Creamery is famous for the delicious homemade ice cream? A wide variety and fresh to order. Great for parties, events, or victory celebrations at 400 North Main or order online at twinlakescreamery.com.
Grayson County High School with the Grayson County Lady Cougars are getting ready to take on the Lady Cats of Edmonson County. An overcast night here for softball. Temperature, though, very, very comfortable here tonight at Grayson County High School as some clouds are starting to move in. I know I was looking at the radar earlier. It looks like we might have a slight chance of rain during tonight's game. We're just going to hope and do the anti-rain dance right now because the last thing we want is a rain delay, especially after I know the grounds crew here has worked incredibly hard prior to yesterday's game against Ohio County for Grayson County to get the field ready for that game. And I know they were out here working when I showed up a couple of hours ago as well, getting the field ready. And it looks really nice out considering all of the rain that we have had over these past couple of games. Edmonson County enters with a record of 4-7. Last night, they picked up a huge district win at home against Butler County. They won that game by a final score of 9-8. It's a huge district win to pick up their first district win of the year. Their other wins came against Crittenden County. That was at the Spring Break Bash hosted by Murray High School over the spring break holiday last week. They defeated Caverna 21-1 and Metcalfe County 11-7. Those are the wins for the Edmonson County Lady Cats. The players you'll need to know for Edmonson County, it starts with Alexa Henderson. And when I go over these stats, you're almost going to think, is he making them up? Because they're that impressive. 556 average, 24 runs batted in, 8 home runs, 2 doubles. And she hits the ball. And there's no other way to put it. In Grayson County, she is one of those hitters. It doesn't happen always, but she's a hitter you have to game plan around. It'll be interesting to see what Penny Reese might do on pitching to Alexa Henderson, who is one of the, not only just the region's top hitters, but the entire state's top hitters right now. Other players you'll need to know for the Lady Cats include Annie Kuiper, the former Lady Cougar. She's hitting .378 with 4 runs batted in, 3 doubles, and a triple this year for Edmonson County. We'll take a break, have the introduction of Grayson County after this. This is Lady Cougar Softball on K105.
When you're looking for the best burger in town, choose Twin Lakes Creamery and Grill in Litchfield. I know it sounds odd that a creamery would have the best burger in town, but try it and you'll see. Then ask for the famous Crazy Cone or a hand scoop shake, float, or coffee. Did I mention Twin Lakes Creamery is famous for the delicious homemade ice cream? A wide variety and fresh to order. Great for parties, events, or victory celebrations at 400 North Main or order online at twinlakescreamery.com.
Welcome back here to Grayson County High School, where the Lady Cougars are getting ready to take on the Lady Cats of Edmonson County. As we are right now, both coaches are meeting right now at home plate and trying to get ready for this game. Lady Cougars are lined up down the line right now as get ready to announce the starting lineups here in just a moment. For Grayson County, they're led by Shelby Davis, 419 average, 14 runs batted in, 6 doubles, and 3 home runs. Hannah Franklin hitting .317, leading the team with 16 runs batted in and 2 triples. Audrey Killian has 6 doubles. She leads the team in that category for Grayson County. Ansley Schartzer has been playing a lot over the recent weeks, and she has made the most of her playing time, hitting .379 with 8 RBIs, including 1 last night, 2 doubles, and also tied for the team lead with 6 walks. She's going to get on base, and you know what? And she's playing the designated hitter portion. That's exactly what you want. She's going to knock runners in and get on base, and that is a perfect recipe for success if you're the Grayson County Lady Cougars. Last weekend, Grayson County played at John Hardin High School 4 games in the Bulldog Classic, and I think it went pretty well for them. In 4 games, they just scored 50 runs. 14 runs against Hopkinsville, 15 against Bullitt Central, and 18 against John Hardin. And they only scored 1 against LaRue County, so that even makes it be even more impressive that they scored 49 runs across 3 games. Incredibly impressive for Grayson County during that stretch. Lady Cougars are looking to snap a 9-game losing streak to district opponents against Edmonson County here tonight, as the last district win for Grayson County was against Butler County here in the 2019 12th District semifinals. We'll take a break really quick and then have the starting lineups after this. This is Lady Cougar Softball on K105.
When you're looking for the best burger in town, choose
Let's bring the starting lineups for both teams. First for the Edmonson County Lady Cats. Leading off and playing shortstop will be Annie Kuiper. Batting second and third is Kaylee Ann Sanders. The 3-hole hitter will be the pitcher Alexa Henderson. Batting fourth in left field is Hallie Cassidy. Batting fifth in center is Taylor Minyard. The 6-hole hitter will be the second baseman Brooklyn Wilson. Batting seventh at first base is Skylar Hawks. Batting eighth in right field is Alyssa Doyle. And batting ninth, the designated hitter is Rayleigh Moon. She'll be in place of the catcher, Emma Claire Skaggs. Starting lineup for the Grayson County Lady Cougars. Leading off and playing shortstop will be Shelby Davis. The 2-hole hitter will be the catcher, Hannah Franklin. Batting third at first base is the junior, Audrey Killian. Batting fourth, the cleanup hitter, is the designated hitter, Ansley Schartzer. Batting fifth at third base is Addie Bratcher. Batting sixth in right field is Madeline Henning. Batting seventh in center, Kayla Tubb. Batting eighth at second base is Allie Dotson, and batting ninth in left field is Cassidy Chaffins. Mallory Lindsay will be the designated player as the starting pitcher tonight. Again, Ansley Schartzer will hit for her. Of course, your coaching matchup, Penny Reese for Grayson County and Alex Maskey for Edmonson County. They're getting ready to play the national anthem, so we'll take a break. The play-by-play is next on K105. Welcome back to Grayson County High School, where we're about ready to get underway here tonight on an overcast, windy April evening here as the Grayson County Lady Cougars look to pick up their first district win since the district tournament of 2019 against their arch rival, the Edmonson County Lady Cats. Once more, the starting lineup for Edmonson County: Annie Kuiper, Kaylee Ann Sanders, Alexa Henderson, Hallie Cassidy, Taylor Minyard, Brooklyn Wilson, and the latter third of Skylar Hawks, Alyssa Doyle, and Rayleigh Moon. Your starting pitcher tonight for Grayson County is going to be Mallory Lindsay. Lindsay this season, 14 games, 13 starts. ERA just about 7 with 29 strikeouts and a record of 4-8. Lady Cougars enter with a record of 6-10. It's time for softball here in Litchfield between Grayson County and Edmonson County. To lead off for the Lady Cats, it's going to be Annie Kuiper. Kuiper hitting .378 with 4 runs batted in, 3 doubles and a triple. Kuiper, the former Lady Cougar. She played her previous 3 seasons at Grayson County. She bunts on the first play, and it is a foul bunt. And tonight's game is underway here tonight from the Grayson County Lady Cougar softball field. Game time temperature 64 degrees here tonight. A wind that is blowing straight out tonight. Kind of one of those things of you get the ball in the air and you never really know what might happen. Lindsay looks into the sign from the sophomore catcher, Hannah Franklin. The wind of the pitch is low and gets through, and that'll move the count here to 1 ball and 1 strike. Edmonson County picked up a win last night against Butler County, 9-8. They scored in the bottom of the 7th inning to walk that one off. The Lady Cats have won 3 straight against Grayson County. They have never defeated the Lady Cougars in 4 straight games. They're trying to do that in tonight's contest. The 1-1 coming from Lindsay is a called strike on the outside corner. And Lindsay's ahead in the count here at 1 ball and 2 strikes to Kuiper. Kuiper, as we mentioned, is the former Lady Cougar. Had a good season for their Lady Cat basketball team, 8.2 points per game. The 1-2 pitch is popped up right side, coming in and making the catch is the right fielder, Henning, for the first out of the inning. Henning was playing shallow. She came in to grab that play, and there was the first out of this top half of the first inning. Kaylee Ann Sanders will now hit for Edmonson County. Sanders hitting .382 with 4 runs batted in. Sanders is the third baseman tonight. First pitch, she shows bunt, pulls back, and lines one into left field for a base hit. Shelby Davis went diving towards it. She's going to take a hard turnaround first. And immediately there to cut it off was Cassidy Chaffins and get it in, but there's the first base runner of tonight's game. It's kind of a lazy liner into left field, but like I say, it really doesn't matter how hard you hit it, as long as you find the empty spot where the players are. It'll be Alexa Henderson now to hit for Edmonson County. She's far and away their best bat. .556 average, 24 runs batted in, including leading the state with 8 home runs. She swings at the first pitch as a fly ball, deep left field, going back, and that's home run number 9 for Alexa Henderson. And Edmonson County leads 2-0. Henderson leads the state in home runs with 8. You can add to that total now with her 9th on the year. Edmonson strikes first. They lead 2-0. This is a big thing here for Grayson County, is they've got to find a way to forget about that home run. We've seen it times this year where when it goes bad, it goes bad. You got to make sure that you just end it right now and move on. Be Hallie Cassidy now to hit for Edmonson County. .297 average with 3 runs batted in and 2 doubles. There's a cold strike. First pitch by Mallory Lindsay. One down here in the top half of the first inning. Already a home run by Alexa Henderson to deep left center field. As we mentioned, the wind is blowing straight out, and that kind of showed it as the wind took that one. Popped up in the infield, and a long run for Dotson, who makes the catch. Great play by Dotson, the second baseman. She had to go a long way to grab it, just stuck her glove out there, and the long wingspan of the tall Dotson gets the second out of the inning.
Now batting the center fielder, number 12, Taylor Minyard.
Taylor Minyard, the center fielder, now hits for Edmonson County. Minyard, .258 and a triple for the Lady Cats. Lindsay trying to get out of this inning without any further damage, as Edmonson has already struck first. There's a pitch high for ball 1. Lady Cougars playing straight up in the outfield, kind of hugging the line a little bit deep on each the left and the right-hand side. Showing bunt is Minyard, and she grounds one to the shortstop Davis. She goes to her left, fires across the diamond for the third out of the inning. Edmonson County, though, strikes first, the two-run home run by Henderson. And in the top half of the first inning, it's Edmonson County 2, and the Lady Cougs are coming up. This is Lady Cougar Softball on K105. Shelby Davis will lead off the bottom of the first inning for Grayson County, going up against the Edmonson County Lady Cats starting pitcher, Alexa Henderson. Henderson, 6 games, 5 starts, an ERA just under 10, and a record of 1-3. For Davis this year, she is the leading average for Grayson County, .419, 14 runs batted in, 6 doubles, and also leads the team with 3 home runs. Edmonson County leads 2-0 after the home run by the pitcher Henderson, and the first pitch is fouled off to the right side out of play by Davis. Lady Cougars got to get the bats rolling again, as last weekend they were at John Hardin High School, and in that weekend tournament in the Lady Bulldog Classic, they scored 50 runs across 4 games. Pitches low, including they scored last Saturday. They combined 33 runs in 2 games. And that was, at least from what we were able to discover, the highest total across a 2-game stretch in the history of the Lady Cougar softball program. Pitched low for ball 2, and Davis is ahead in the count here, 2 balls and 1 strike. Light rain has begun to fall here at Grayson County High School, and hopefully, if anything, it stays a light rain. Cold strike on the outside corner, and that'll even the count here at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Immediately, the umbrellas pop up to our left and to our right. Rain jackets starting to come on from the fans here in attendance. The break even is called. Strike 3 on the outside corner. Davis didn't agree with that one, and that'll be the first out of the inning. It'll be now Hannah Franklin will hit. Franklin this season for Grayson County. 317 average, 16 runs batted in, and also leads the team with 2 triples. First pitch is low for ball 1. Henderson, pitcher's record of 1-3 on the year for Edmonson County. Lady Cats will also use Julie Norris. Ground ball to the first baseman, Hawk. She'll take it herself for the second out of the inning. Hit right to her, and that'll go 3 unassisted. That's the first 2 outs of the bottom of the first inning, and it'll be Audrey Killian now to hit for Grayson County. Killian, 326 average, 9 runs batted in, and tied for the team lead with 6 doubles. Killian in that stretch, as we mentioned earlier, where the Lady Cougars scored the 33 runs on Saturday. And there's a cold strike just a little bit touching the top portion of the zone, but they, in that game, in those 2 games, Audrey Killian was the only player that did not have an RBI. You might be saying, well, why are you specifically mentioning that? She fouls that one off behind the plate, and the count goes here to no balls and 2 strikes, is because Killian scored 6 runs. Led the team by far in that category, so she wasn't knocking runs in, but she was still crossing the plate, which still counts for the same. She was finding ways to get on base. Here comes the 0-2 from Henderson to Killian, and again fouled off to the right side, out of play. The rain has picked up just a little bit. I'm sure that they're going to try and play through this as much as they can. I know we don't want a rain delay, and I'm sure neither do the players or anybody. Here comes the 0-2 from Alexa Henderson to Audrey Killian. Senior on junior, and a changeup is a cold strike 3, and that is the inning. We're through 1. Edmonson 2, Grayson 0. This is Lady Cougar softball on K105.
When you're looking for the best burger in town, choose Twin Lakes Creamery and Grill in Litchfield. I know it sounds odd that a creamery would have the best burger in town, but try it and you'll see. Then ask for the famous Crazy Cone or a hand scoop shake, float, or coffee. Did I mention Twin Lakes Creamery is famous for the delicious homemade ice cream? A wide variety and fresh to order. Great for parties, events, or victory celebrations at 400 North Main, or order online at twinlakescreamery.com.
Top of the second inning, we head here from the Grayson County Lady Cougar softball complex. And the rain has now really picked up here tonight as it is starting to swirl a little bit. It'll be Brooklyn Wilson to lead off for Edmonson County. Mallory Lindsay out for inning number 2 of work. The first pitch is a cold strike on the outside corner. As it is starting to, the wind especially is really picking up as well, as it was blowing straight out. Now it's more of a swirl, but it is really blowing to straight out center field right now. Showing bunt, the pitch is low, and a nice pick by the catcher Henderson to move the count here to 1 ball. Rather, the catcher Franklin. Tonight's broadcast is presented by NCTC, powered by Warren RECC. Find out more by going to fiberforgrayson.com. Pitch is low and falling behind in the count here, 2 balls and 1 strike. This is a really tough position for Mallory Lindsay, the pitcher, to be in, is because, listen, the conditions are not great right now for a pitcher. You've got a lot of wind and the ball is going to be wet. There's a little changeup in there for a called strike to even up the count here at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Brooklyn Wilson, 2 RBIs on the season for the Lady Cats. The pitch is a ground ball right back to Lindsay. She'll recover, throw on, and that is the first out of the inning.
Now batting the first baseman, number 27, Skylar Hawks.
Skylar Hawks now will hit for Edmonson County. Hawks, the first baseman, first pitch swinging, pops it off to the right side, caught by Killian. 1 pitch, 1 out.
At bat, the right fielder, number 7.
Be Alyssa Doyle now to hit for Edmonson County. 250 average with 6 runs batted in, a double. Also has 1 home run on the year. First pitch going to Doyle is grounded to the third baseman. Bradshaw. She'll recover, and that's the inning. It takes Mallory Lindsay only 7 pitches. The rain didn't bother her. And we're headed to the bottom of the second inning. It is 2-0 Edmonton. This is Lady Cougar softball on K105. Ansley Schartzer will lead off the bottom of the second inning for Grayson County. Lady Cougars trail 2-0. Schartzer on the season has really come on strong. First pitch swing, she almost takes out her teammate Addie Bratcher, who is standing in the on-deck circle as it split both Bratcher and head coach Penny Reese down in the third base coach's box. Schartzer, the left-handed hitter this season for the Lady Cougars, hitting .379, 8 runs batted in, 2 doubles, also tied for the team lead with 6 walks. She's really good at working the count. The 0-1 coming here from Alexa Henderson. She had the home run to put the Lady Cats on the board. It's a little blooper, left side, base hit. The shortstop, Kuiper, slipped out of her break, and I don't even think she was going to have a play on that one regardless. And there's the first base runner of the game for Grayson County with a little blooper to the left side. The Lady Cougars have their first base runner of the game. And it looks like we are going to have a pinch runner into the game. And it is going to be Ella Narvez. So she will run for Schartzer down at first base, and presumably it's a pinch runner, but what it is you're allowed to have one player that can re-enter the game. Presumably Ansley Schartzer will then re-enter the game following this at bat. It'll be Addie Bratcher to hit for Grayson County. Bratcher, you look at her average of only 163, and that can be a little misleading. She did not have a great start to the season, but she's been hitting the ball as of late. She's got 8 runs batted in and a pair of doubles as well. She shows bunt. She lays it down. It's a spinner right in front of the plate. They pick it up. She picked it up as the ball was on the line, and because of that, that's going to be a base hit. She picked it up as it's on the line, and they're going to talk this over, but from my vantage point, it looked like the ball was on the line. And if she would have let the ball spin off the line, the third baseman, Sanders, is letting him have it. Ooh, foul ball. And Penny Reese is coming in. She's letting him have it, and she's showing right now a mark. In fact, you can even right now see on the foul line there's a ball divot mark from where a player picked up the ball. If you look up the line, if I had like a telestrator or something, I would circle it. I don't know. I can point at my director and see if he sees it. He nods his head. He says he sees it. Absolutely. Penny Reese still letting the umpire have it. Doesn't agree with the call. And Penny Reese's word was, in all my years of coaching, I have never seen that call made. And if there's one coach in the state of Kentucky that can make that comment, it is Coach Reese. She's seen quite a few softball games, and she's won quite a few softball games. So it's 0-1. Runners go back. Bratcher comes back in. The infield playing in now. She shows bunt again. This time it's foul clearly. And that one was definitely a foul ball. There was no argument there. Again, that's one of those plays that if we had replay, we'd go back and look and see. And it's one of those that I always like in tennis now, that they've gotten so technologically advanced that what they can do is that they can find exactly where the ball goes out through technology. We're not quite that advanced. Bratcher right back up the middle. The second baseman, Wilson, goes over to her right to make the first out of the inning. So pop out for Bratcher. Madeline Henning, the senior, will now hit for Grayson County. Henning for the Lady Cougars. 278 average, 12 runs batted in, though, and 2 doubles. She had a big weekend as well last weekend. 6 runs batted in for the Lady Cougars. She's been smacking the ball when been given the opportunity. And Narvez is the runner at first base. 1 down here in the bottom half of the second inning. Edmonson on top of Grayson 2-0. The pitch is fouled off behind the plate and into the little pasture behind us. I know that before the game, as we were setting up, they were fishing for foul balls that have gone back there, as trying to look. And as I was making the comment that you're lucky that it is a softball. Bright yellow, it's easy to see, as they were helping those search for them. The 0-1 is a swing and a miss. It's a wild pitch, though. Narvez is off, and the catcher smartly just holds it. And the wild pitch advances Narvez into scoring position. Madeline Henning, though, did swing over the top of that one, so it's no balls and 2 strikes, 1 down to the bottom of the second inning. The 0-2 is in the dirt. Good eye by Henning. And smart pitch, though, by Alexa Henderson, as she pretty much went back to that same exact pitch that she just threw that was swung over top of by Henning. Narvez in scoring position. The pitch is lined right back up the middle, and coming in and diving and bobbling and dropping the ball. Narvez is going to wind, and she stayed at third base. No, they're going to call it an out now. So is it a double play? I guess she did make the catch. They're going to say she completed the catch out in center. The ball ended up coming out, so it's a double play to end the inning. Now, Penny Reese, I think, wants an explanation from the umpires. When the ball came down, she fell, and that ball came out. It's interesting. We're through 2 full. It's 2-0. Grayson trails Edmonson. This is Lady Cougar softball on K105. We head to the top of the third inning. The call that was made was a catch in center. So what happened on that play is that the center fielder for Edmonson County, Minyard, she caught the ball, and when she fell, the ball came out. And when the ball came out, there was it popped out, and there was the question of, what happened? There's a called strike on the inside corner to Rayleigh Moon, the 9-hole hitter. Moon doesn't have any at-bats this year. The 7th grader getting her first ever varsity at-bat. Right now, here is the designated hitter. The 0-1 is a cold strike on the outside corner, and Lindsay's ahead in the count here at no balls and 2 strikes. So what had happened, though, is the ball was caught, and as she came to the ground, the ball fell out. When the ball came out, Narvez, the runner at second, thought that it was dropped outside for ball 1. So she took third. The umpire, though, made a call of out, which allowed them to go back to second base and end the inning. That's kind of what happened. Coach Reese was not happy in the break. The 1-2 outside, and that'll even up the count here at 2 balls and 2 strikes. It'll be 9-1-2. Annie Kuiper stands in the on-deck circle. The break even from Lindsay. Called strike 3 right down Broadway. Annie Kuiper will now hit for Grayson County. Kuiper, her first at bat, popped out into right field.
Now batting for Edmonson County, the shortstop, number 21, Annie Kuiper.
Annie Kuiper in to hit for the Lady Cats. It is 2-0. Edmonson on top of Grayson. The 2-run home run by Alexa Henderson is all the offense we've had in tonight's game. First pitch to Kuiper is in the dirt. Goes back to the backstop, but no one on base, so no damage. Immediately you can see that as Hannah Franklin, the catcher, when she picked that up, she kind of dried it a little bit on her jersey. His ball still has to be. It looks like the rain has for the most part stopped. If it's raining still, it is just a very, very light rain, but that ball's still got to be wet as the wet grass. There's a high chop grounder to the third baseman, Bratcher. She'll recover, she'll throw, and gets Kuiper by a step for the second out of the inning. Nice play by Addie Bratcher to come in, charge, and make the play.
Now batting the third baseman, number 6,
Keely Ann Sanders to hit now for Edmonson County. A little bloop hit to the left side that Shelby Davis, the shortstop, went diving after, and she just had no play on it. Even if she would have gotten to the ball, she wasn't going to be able to throw out Sanders, and that's fouled down the third base line. And a nice little jitter step down there by head coach for Edmonson County, Alex Massey, to get out of the way of that ball. Massey spent 3 years as the top assistant at Edmonson County before being promoted to head coach back in 2020. She started playing her college softball career at WKU before transferring to Campbellsville, and at Campbellsville, she was named an NAIA All-American in 2010. The 0-1 is fouled off behind the plate. And the count will go here to no balls and 2 strikes. That one came right up to us there, and I was getting ready to catch it, but then, we got to remember that there is a net. The 0-2 is in the dirt. Nice pick by Franklin down low. So you have 1 ball and 2 strikes. The rain is picked back up again here. The old announcer jinx as far as weather. I guess it works there too. The 1-2 bounces in the dirt in the outside corner, and the count will go even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And if anything, it is kind of picked back up. Lindsay looks in for the sign. The wind of the pitch is popped straight up behind the plate. Franklin reads it, snags it for the third out of the inning. We're in the middle of the third. It is 2-0. Edmonson leads Grayson. This is Lady Cougar softball on K105. Kayla Tubb will lead off the bottom of the 7th inning for Grayson County. Tubb had a phenomenal at-bat in the bottom of the 7th inning last night. It was a 6-pitch at-bat that ended with her with a base hit to the right side out of play. She'll swing over the top of that one. Count as no balls and 1 strike. And she had, I think it was, my memory's right, 3 straight foul balls to the right side out of play, and she just straightened it out enough to squeak it down the right field line to score a run in that 7th inning last night. She stretches over the top of a pitch that was outside, and count here goes to no balls and 2 strikes now to Tubb. You can tell that was one of those swings. Every person that has ever played baseball or softball has made that face that Kayla Tubb did. About halfway through that swing, you could tell as she pops it up to the right side. Back to grab it is the second baseman, Wilson. She'll snag it for the first out of the inning. But it was that look of about halfway through the swing of, what am I doing? Everybody that has ever played the game makes that. Allie Dotson steps in now for Grayson County. Dotson, 304 with 6 runs batted in. Lady Cougars trail 2-0. Henderson's pitch is a fly ball right side. Coming in to grab it is Doyle and rights for the second out of the inning. Henderson making quick work of the Lady Cougars tonight. Cassidy Chaffins now to hit for Grayson County. Chaffins, the 9-hole hitter. 3 runs batted in as she's returning from a concussion that she suffered. And she's returning now and had a good weekend last weekend as well in the John Hardin tournament. And good fielder as well. She's made some nice plays this season. It's good to see her back out in the outfield. As outfield defense, you can never have enough outfield defense. Very underrated. Not easy either. She fouls that one off, and it just gets over the top of the net. And it's going to go into the pasture, and somebody's going to have to go fishing for that one. No balls and 2 strikes here from Alexa Henderson to Cassidy Chaffins. The 0-2 is high. Good eye by Chaffins to watch that one go by from Alexa Henderson. Lady Cougars, 6 wins on the season. A win tonight would give them to 7, which would match their win total from both 2019 and 2021. They only won 7 games in both of those seasons. Pitch is ripped into left field for a base hit. A high fastball. She turns on it and finds the hole on the left side, and the Lady Cougars might have a little bit of a 2-out rally going. Shelby Davis now to hit for Grayson County. She struck out looking in her last at bat. You can tell she is hungry. Last time she faced Edmonson County here at Grayson County High School, she just had the casual day of hitting 2 home runs in 1 game. Pitch is outside for ball 1. Chaffins took a couple extra steps down there at first. I always like that as a base runner. You've got to be very smart in doing that, but you can really get into a pitcher and a catcher's head, especially with a good hitter like Davis. Make a mistake, and you do that, and Shelby Davis more than enough has the power to tie the game up. She flies one deep center field. Minyard back to grab it, and that's the inning. We're through 3 full. It is 2-0 Edmonton. This is Lady Cougar Softball on K105 Digital Productions. Alexa Henderson will lead off for Edmonson County here in the top of the fourth inning, and her first at bat, she homered into left center, her 9th home run of the season. Henderson, .556 average, 26 RBIs, now 9 home runs, 2 doubles, and OPS. Again, OPS is kind of a, listen, I'm a stats nerd, fully admit it. And what that is it combines your on-base percentage and your slugging percentage. Here's the first pitch to Henderson, is high for ball 1. And it really just shows how good of a hitter is. And to say what Major League Baseball, for instance, describes as an elite OPS is over 1.00. That's elite. Alexa Henderson entered today's game. There's a cold strike on the outside corner. Entered today's game, and it's not, I have not had the chance to update this with the home run that she just hit. 1.84. To say that's elite is I mean, it's an insult to Alexa. It's unbelievable. She swings over the top of a pitch on the outside corner, and Lindsay is ahead in the count here at 1 ball and 2 strikes. That is an unbelievable OPS at 1.84. She's tearing the cover off the ball this year, and she showed it in the top of the first inning. Lindsay is ahead of her right now at 1 ball and 2 strikes. The pitch is a fly ball right field. It's back to the track, and she is off the top of the wall. That's going to be a long single. I mean, that one just barely missed leaving the yard for an opposite field home run. Instead, it is just a very loud single for Alexa. The left now to hit for Edmonton. She popped out right up the middle, and we're going to have a courtesy runner here. It'll be Addie Childress, the 7th grader. She scored 1 run on the season, will be the courtesy runner for Edmonson County. Hallie Cassidy to hit. Cassidy, also a member of the Lady Cat basketball team, 5.4 points per game. She was a good player for that basketball team. You know, 5.4 points, it's not a lot, but she just was a player that they could always count on. Seemed to always have good games against Grayson County as well. Her and Paige Wolf, it was a really talented Edmonson County basketball team that finishes the district runner-up. She lays a bunt down. It is a beauty, and the infielders run into one another. No one covers third. The left fielder comes in, dives, can't make the play at third. Backside, the runner is sneaking back, and no one was covering left field, and an incredibly smart play by Cassidy Chaffins to come in because the Lady Cougar defense converged on the interior, and they ran into one another, making sure that there was not going to be a play, and a really smart base running by Childress to advance, but Cassidy Chaffins deserves to almost make a play on that ball. So that's an infield bunt single. On the throw, Childress advances to third. Nobody out now with runners on the corners for Minyard. She shows bunt, pulls back, cold strike. And they're going to let the runner, Cassidy, take second without a throw. This is a big moment here for Grayson County. Last night against Ohio County, they had a similar instance where Ohio County loaded the bases with nobody out. And it's a ground ball, and Davis snags it at short. She throws across the diamond. It's not in time. And Edmonson County leads 3-0. An infield single for Minyard. Childress scores, and Edmonson leads 3-0.
Now batting the second baseman, number 4, Brooklyn Wilson.
Brooklyn Wilson will now hit the second baseman. Wilson 0 for 1. Grounded right back to Lindsay. She shows bunt. She lays it down, and it's a pop fly. Bratcher diving catch. What a play by Addie Bratcher. She dove after that one, extended, and made the play for the first out of the inning.
Now batting the first baseman, number 27, Skylar Hawks.
Skylar Hawks, the first baseman. Popped out in foul territory in her first at bat. Lindsay trying to make sure that no further damage comes in. Cassidy is the runner at third base, and it's popped up behind the plate and out of play. Again, we always have to watch. Is here where our vantage point is there is a little window of about, I don't know, maybe 2 feet for a ball to come down here, and I think in the games that we've done, now since we started K105 Digital Productions, we've done, I don't know, maybe 15 Lady Cougar softball games. Only once have we had a ball come through that little sliver, and I much prefer when it doesn't. Outside for ball 1, the runner Minyard will take second base without a throw. Edmonson now has 2 runners in scoring position. Skylar Hawks. She's got 2 RBIs on the season. She's going to try and add to that total right now. The 1-1 is a ground ball, high chopper to Bratcher at third. She looks the runner back, throws back, and she's out at third. Fielder's choice, heads up defense by Bratcher, catches the lead runner Cassidy at third. The defense by Grayson County. Alyssa Doyle will now hit. First pitch is a swing and a miss. Lindsay took something off of that one. And the second pitch there is fouled off behind the plate. Hits off the pole and almost hit Alyssa Doyle in the head. She didn't realize it, and it came off the pole, and she's lucky that that didn't come back and hit her. The 0-2 is way outside. Really nice play by Hannah Franklin to dive after that one. Mentioned last night, I was talking with her dad, that Hannah Franklin last night made a couple of really nice plays. I refer to her as she's like Johnny Bench behind the plate. I mean, she has turned out and improved drastically in her defense, and as a catcher, that is so underrated as well. As there's a fly ball, deep right center field by Relay comes in, bobbled by Dotson. She can't find the ball. A second runner's going to come home safe. A by Doyle, plates 2, and Edmonson leads 5-0. The double by Doyle. She advances on the error to third base. And it is 5-0 Edmonson County here in the top of the 4th inning. And Rayleigh Moon, the designated hitter, steps in. The pitch is low for ball 1. It's one of these innings that Grayson County wants to forget. The bats are going to have to wake up in the bottom half of this inning as well. The 1-0 is high. That kind of slipped out of Lindsay's hand. Franklin again does a nice job reaching out to grab that ball. Lindsay took an extra second just to kind of wait on the mound, and she delivers a strike, cold strike by her home plate umpire tonight. Rayleigh Moon, the designated hitter, the 7th grader. The 2-1 from Lindsay. Swing and a miss. Good pitch. Grayson County trying to end this inning without any further damage. Doyle is the runner at third base. She doubled in 2 runs and advanced to third on the error by the Lady Cougars. The pitch, swing and a miss. She's down on strikes. And we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Can the Lady Cougar bats start to get rolling? We'll find out after this. This is Lady Cougar Softball on K105. It's the bottom of the 4th inning. Grayson County trails 5-0 against Edmonson County. Be Hannah Franklin, 2-3-4 in the order for Grayson County to lead off. Franklin in her first at bat grounded right back to the first baseman Hawks. First pitch from Alexa Henderson is fouled off to the right side, out of play. Edmonson County's got to give them credit. Hawks, the first baseman, Doyle, the right fielder, they went after that ball, even though it was foul. But you like that extra level of hustle because you never know when that foul ball that you think might be out might actually not. It's that extra effort that really can separate. Ground ball right back up the middle by Hannah Franklin for a base hit. She found the hole, and the Lady Cougars have the leadoff runner on. Isabel Blanton will be the courtesy runner now for Grayson County. Blanton had a really nice head-first slide into third in last night's game against Ohio County. She called safe and avoided the tag. It's a really nice play down on the slide there by Blanton. Blanton, good speed. Will Penny Reese. Lady Cougars have only attempted 5 stolen bases this year. They've been successful in all 5. Will Penny Reese start the runners here to try and get some offense going, and that one goes behind the plate. That'll be a wild pitch. And that's another one that we say thank you for the net. Because if that was not a net, that would have been a direct shot right at us. That one bounced off, and we're all good. I still think back a few years ago of we were at a game at Whitesville Trinity High School, and a ball came into the press box, and it was smashed off the side of the press box. And if not, as that's fouled off behind the plate by Killian to move the count here to 1 ball and 1 strike. If it would not have hit off of this little portion of the press box, it would have hit me directly, and I had my notes in my hands, and I was very worried because I don't remember who hit the ball, but it was a screaming foul ball into the press box there down the third base line at the Whitesville Community Park. Killian drives one into right center field over the head of the second baseman Wilson. Rounding third and coming in to score is Blanton. The play at second, she is out, is the call by the umpire. A bang-bang play, but a single will only be for Killian, as that was a really close play down at second.
Now batting for Grayson County, the DP, number 12.
Blanton does score, though. And Ansley Schartzer will now come in to hit, and first pitch is high for ball 1. Schartzer 1 for 1 tonight. She's had a little pop single in her first at bat. Lady Cougars are on the board, though, on the base hit by Killian, and that ball goes high for ball 2. Schartzer does tied for the team lead with 6 walks, so she will work a walk. And she is, we talked about this a couple of weeks ago with a player like Camden Brothers for the Cougar baseball team, or Reagan Cave, as Schartzer again loops one to the left side. Long run, no play. So it'll be a foul ball down the left side. But it's a player like Camden Brothers for the baseball team, or Reagan Cave for the Lady Cougar softball team, tall, where your strike zone is bigger. Ansley Schartzer is shorter, which means your strike zone is smaller. It's an advantage as somebody like that, and she's used it to her advantage, is to shrink that strike zone. And you know what? If they're not going to throw you strikes, take the base. A walk is the same thing as a single in almost every instance. It's outside for ball 3, and it's 3 balls and 1 strike. I sound like Moneyball right now, talking like Billy Bean. 3 balls, 1 strike from Alexa Henderson to Ansley Schartzer. 1 down here in the inning. And Schartzer lines one into left center field for a base hit. It's going to go all the way to the wall. Schartzer will round first base. She'll go into second, standing up. And Grayson County has a runner in scoring position with 1 down. Lady Cougars may have figured out Alexa Henderson now. Addie Brancher to hit. She had almost a perfect bunt, and it might have been. According to the umpires, it was just so close to perfect that it was not. She rolled it down the third base line, and The third baseman, Sanders, according to our home plate umpire, picked it up in foul territory. It was very, very close play. There's one down here in the inning. She ended up popping out later on in the at-bat, and she pops it up again, this time left side. Kuiper, the shortstop, goes back for the second out of the inning. Madeline Henning now to hit for Grayson County. She lined out into that weird double play. That was back in the second inning where Narvez was called out, and it's one of those plays that you can't really blame her for, as it was just a weird play out in center field. Henderson's pitch is a ground ball to Kuiper at shortstop. She bobbles, she recovers, she throws, and she gets the final out of the inning. We're through 4 full. It's 5-1 Edmonson. This is Lady Cougar softball on K105. Welcome back to Grayson County High School. Top of the 5th inning we head. It'll be the top of the order as well for Edmonson County. They lead 5-1 against the Lady Cougars. For Mallory Lindsay, through the first four innings of work, she's turned 4 innings, 6 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned, 2 strikeouts. Mallory Lindsay in there, as it'll be Annie Kuiper to hit. She's 0 for 2, grounded out to third and popped out to the right fielder Henning. Rain has stopped, hopefully for good, at least for the rest of the evening here. I know it's supposed to come back in. Kuiper lays a bunt down, back to Lindsay. She recovers, she throws, and Kuiper is safe down at first base. She beats out the infield single. We've seen those the speed from Annie Kuiper back to in the past, and she shows it off again. It'll be Kaylee Ann Sanders. She's 1 for 2 with a single and popped out in foul territory on a nice play by Franklin behind the plate. Leadoff runner Kuiper is on, showing bunt, missing completely, and Kuiper's going to have the base easily stolen as she was making an attempt at the bunt, and because of that, it just threw off Franklin ever so slightly, and Kuiper gets it because of a pass ball. So it is a strike, 0-1. The pitch is a pop-up left side, caught by Davis for the first out of the inning. Those are kind of those weird plays. Sometimes the softest hitting ones are the toughest one. Alexa Henderson will now step in for Edmonson County. She has a home run and the longest single you could potentially have in this ballpark as she hit it off of the very tippy top of the wall in right field. Be interesting to see what Mallory Lindsay does here to Henderson. Pitch is high, 4-1. I think this is one of these I do if I am the pitcher and I am Penny Reese. I do the good old-fashioned handy-dandy, unintentional, intentional walk, where you just give 4 pitches outside and you say, okay, you can just take your base. And there's a pitch low for ball 2. Henderson's entering this game hitting nearly 600 and an OPS nearing 2,000. Don't let her beat you. That's at least what would be my opinion. Now, let's see what Penny Reese will do here. Here comes the 2-0 from Lindsay. It's low. Henderson lines it into left center field, and it is going to be off the base of the wall. It dies there. Kuiper will round third. She will come in to score. Henderson has a double, and Edmonson County leads 6-1. Hallie Cassidy here to hit. She is an infield single and popped out to Dotson at second base. Looks like we'll have a courtesy runner in for Henderson, and it'll be Childress down at second base. It is 6-1. Edmonson now on top of Grayson County.
Now batting for Edmonson County, the left fielder, number 3, Hallie Cassidy.
Pitch is a fly ball right field. Henning has it read. She has to retreat back and grab it. The runner will tag up and advance to third base, but that's the second out of the inning. Henning, you could tell at the last second, realized that she might have misread that ball, but she recovered great. And that's the biggest thing for an outfielder. You do not have to play every ball perfectly. As long as you make the catch, that's all that matters, and that's exactly what she did there. Taylor Minyard, she's 1 for 2. Infield single and a ground out. Both of them going to the shortstop, Shelby Davis, in this game. She shows bunt, pulls back, ground ball up the middle, base hit, 7-1 Edmonson County. The Lady Cats offense is rolling here in this game.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 4, Brooklyn Wilson.
Brooklyn Wilson, she's 0 for 2 today. Fly ball right field. Henning on her horse. Got the ball there on the right side, and that is the inning. Edmonson County, though, adds 2 more. We head to the bottom of the 5th. It is 7-1 Lady Cats. This is Lady Cougar softball on K105.
When you're looking for the best burger in town, choose Twin Lakes Creamery and Grill in Litchfield. I know it sounds odd that a creamery would have the best burger in town, but try it and you'll see. Then ask for the famous Crazy Cone or a hand-scoop shake, float, or coffee. Did I mention Twin Lakes Creamery is famous for the delicious homemade ice cream? A wide variety and fresh to order. Great for parties, events, or victory celebrations at 400 North Main or order online at twinlakescreamery.com.
Kayla Tubb will try to get the bats rolling for Grayson County as they trail 7-1 in this game. 7, 8, 9 in the order for Grayson County. Kayla Tubb popped out to the second baseman in her first bat. And I love walk-up music. It's always good, and Kayla Tubb, very good. Playing 22, Taylor Swift, of course, jersey number 22 for Kayla Tubb. She shows bunt and fouls it off to the, smacks off the side near the dugout for Edmonson County. Lady Cats have taken advantage of the opportunities that they've gotten. 7 runs on 9 hits for Grayson County. They have 1 run on 5 hits, 1 error as well for the Lady Cougars. The 0-1 showing bunt again is Tubb, and it is a beauty. Right down and not going to be a play on the ball. Sanders wasn't able to get it out of her hand, and I'm not sure she would have been able to get the speedy Tubb down at first either, and there's the leadoff runner on base. Allie Dotson now to hit for Grayson. She flew out to right field in her first at-bats. Kayla Tubb does have speed down at first. Penny Reese goes through the signs. Infield is playing in. Sanders shades in on the left side. Showing bunt, off and running is Tubb, and she has that base stolen. Kuiper wasn't covering the shortstop. She had to run all the way across to grab the ball. There's a stolen base by Tubb, and she moves into scoring position. That is the 6th steal of the season as a team for Grayson County. Penny Reese not been very aggressive on the base pass as a Lady Cougar team. Dotson, the 1-0, comes to the junior. And that's again to the right side. Coming in to grab it is Doyle. It's over her head. Third base and coming Or will be Tom Dotson has a double, and the Lady Cougars have their second run of the game. Doyle misplayed the ball, and Allie Dotson made them pay, and Grayson County has a rally going here in the bottom of the fifth inning. We have time called now by Penny Reese. Elizabeth Haycraft will be the pinch runner for Grayson County. In for Allie Dodson. Haycraft is the 7th grader. Haycraft has scored 5 runs this year for Grayson. 7-2. Still a lot of baseball left to play in this game, or a lot of softball left to play in this game. There's probably not much baseball. I can tell you that here today. Speaking of baseball, though, we'll be back at Dunlea Field on Monday. The baseball team will host Whitesville Trinity in their first district action of the season. 5:30 will be the first pitch of that game right here on K105 Digital Productions. Chafin shows bunt, pulls back, and bounces out of the glove of the catcher Skaggs. That'll be ball 1. It's a smart there. It's a really smart bit of hitting there by Cassidy Chafin. So she showed bunt, realized that pitch was at your eyes. You're not going to be able to successfully lay that bunt down. If you do, it's going to go straight up into the air. Smart play by Chafins, just to pull back. And again, that's a really tough play for a catcher too, because when the bat's blocking the ball, it makes it that much harder to catch. She shows bunt again, and it is a beauty of a bunt, rolling right out and no play. Infield bunt base hit for Chafins in front of the plate, and still nobody out in the inning for Shelby Davis. Alex Massey does have another pitcher that she will go to in Julie Norris. Norris is just a strike thrower. I mean, it's really the great way to describe her as a pitcher. 10 games, 6 starts for her, 34 strikeouts, 8 walks. She can come in and throw strikes if she does come in. Davis, first pitch swinging, line drive, base hit left field. Coming in to score is Haycraft, and Grayson County's got their 3rd run of the game. Still nobody out. Davis was looking to drive on the first pitch, and drive is what she did. Hannah Franklin now to hit. Alex Massey will come in, and maybe that's where we're going to come. And yep, right on cue, I called it. Julie Norris is going to come out of the pen. She will take over. Pitcher will introduce you to her coming up, as this is Grayson County Lady Cougar softball on K105. Julie Norris is the new pitcher for Edmonson County. It'll be her 11th game of the season, an ERA 2.64, 34 strikeouts to only 8 walks. She's going to throw strikes. And if you're Grayson County, you got to know that. I mean, she's not going to walk you. She's a different kind of pitcher than Henderson, but when she came in the game that played back last year here at Grayson County High School, she was very good as an 8th grader. The freshman, first pitch to Franklin is outside for ball 1. To recap, Grayson County has runner Davis at first base, Chafin's at second. There's still nobody down in the bottom half of the 5th inning. 2 runs have already crossed the plate for the Lady Cougars. They trail by 4 runs still. The 1-0 from Norris to Franklin is fouled off almost into the Edmonson County dugout. That was just off the end of the bat for Hannah Franklin. Franklin tonight 1 for 2, base hit up the middle, grounded out to the first baseman. At that time, the 1-1. The pitch from Norris. Fly ball right side. A long run for Doyle, and she's not going to make the play. That was going to be if Doyle would have made that catch, and she immediately, you could tell, is there are different portions of this field that are almost like a moat, as there's nothing that could have been done, and you could tell Alyssa Doyle when she left that, she was in one of those portions, and she came out and was kind of looking at her cleats like, wow, it is really muddy. The 1-2 from Franklin from Norris is a ground ball through the hole on the right side for a base hit. Rounding and coming in is Chaffins. She will score. Advancing backside to second is Franklin, and the Lady Cougars have their 4th run of the game, and it's a 3-run ball game. She just poked it through on the right side, did Hannah Franklin, and Grayson County trails now 7-4. Isabel Blanton will be the courtesy runner for Franklin. Audrey Killian now to hit her last at bat. She ripped a single into right center field and was called out at second base, trying to stretch the single into a double. First pitch, swing and a miss. That pitch was high. So Killian right now is the tying run at the plate. Here at the bottom of the 5th inning. The Lady Cougar bats have awoken. Runners, Davis is at third. Blanton is at second, and a changeup on the outside corner. Took something off of that one, and Killian was fooled. As I've said here, that pitch right there, Julie Norris could, for instance, go out there and throw that, and I would miss it every single time because that was my nemesis. In fact, every pitch thrown was my nemesis when I played, but especially the changeup. The 0-2 fouled off behind the plate, and Killian stays alive to fight another at-bat. Ansley Schartzer stands in the on-deck circle. Addie Bratcher is in the hole. Lady Cougars have already scored 3 runs in the inning. They trail 7-4. The 0-2 from Norris. Outside, good eye by Killian to watch that pitch as it ran into the left-handed batter's box. Smart pitch, though, also by Norris, is to find that, and Killian chased the outside pitch earlier in the at-bat. Take it a little bit further out and see if she doesn't. You've got pitches to work with, does Norris. The 1-2 is a ground ball to the shortstop. She tries to backhand, and she's not going to have a play. She immediately throws back to Norris. There's an infield single for Killian, and Grayson County has another runner across the plate. Kuiper trying to backhand it at short, and that's going to be a tough play anyways in the hole. Killian hustling down the line. You've got runners on the corners for Ansley Schartzer. Blanton did not advance, so she stays at second base. Schartzer, the lefty. Runners on first and second. She grounds a slow grounder to the right side. Wilson recovers, flips to first, and there is the first out of the inning, but both runners do advance. And you look here, and it's kind of one of those things that's not the worst thing in the entire world. If you're Ansley Schartzer, you've now put the tying run in scoring position. Addie Bratcher toes in now. She's popped out to the shortstop and popped out to the second baseman. You know what I call that? Call that your due. Due for a big hit. Can Addie Bratcher do that? Lady Cougars have already scored 4 in the inning to make things interesting. The tying run is at second base. The pitch, low for ball 1. Blanton stands at third. Killian is at second. The inning started with a bunt infield single by Kayla Tubb. Pitch to Bratcher is a changeup, and again, that right there is low, and I think that makes the count here 2 balls and no strikes. Was it a called strike? I guess it was a called strike. So I missed the call by the umpire. I looked up at the scoreboard and it said 1-1, and I missed him actually reach out to call that. That's the pitch, though, right there, that I would swing out of my shoes for every single time. The 1-1 from Bratcher, or to Bratcher, is a line drive, base hit up the middle. They had to wait to make sure it wasn't caught. That's going to at least score 1 run, and Grayson County has it to be a 1-run game. As Killian and Blanton had to make sure that it wasn't caught. It did drop. Killian slides in safely down at third, and Madeline Henning now will step in with the go-ahead run, standing at first base. Lady Cougars have now scored 5 runs in the inning. Penny Reese talking to her senior, Madeline Henning. Lady Cougars only have 2 seniors on this team. One Henning, the other Reagan Cave, who ripped a double last night in the 7th inning. It is 7-6. She shows bunt, pulls back, pitches low for ball 1, and Addie Bratcher gets the good old steal down there. As no throw, obviously, down to second base. So now the go-ahead run is in scoring position. It is 7-6. The wind and the pitch inside a 4-2. Standing in the on-deck circle is Kayla Tubb. Tubb led off this inning with an infield hit. There's still only 1 down in the inning. One of the things there that needs to be in the back of your head if you're Henning, a fly ball is beautiful in this situation, as long as it's in the outfield. The 2-0. Fouled off behind the plate. I'll move the count here to 2 balls and 1 strike. Seven to 6, Grayson County trails Edmonson County. Madeline Henning, the 2-1, is fouled off over the Edmonson County dugouts. And that'll even up the count here, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Killian stands at third. Bratcher, the runner, at second base. Grayson County has already scored 5 runs in the inning. The break even coming to Madeline Henning with 1 down in the inning is fouled off behind the plate, smacks off the backstop, and rolls right back to Julie Norris. That's where you get that brick backstop that really can work into your advantages. I'm sure the catcher Skaggs looked back and says, well, okay, I don't have to throw it back. That works too. The break even. Swing and a miss. She took something off of that one. Henning goes down on strikes. And Kayla Tubb, who led off this inning with a bunt single, will now hit for Grayson County. It is 7-6 between Grayson County and Edmonson County. Lady Cougars have 2 runners in scoring position. Can Kayla Tubb, she had a massive hit in the game, knocking in a run last night against Ohio County. Can she have another one in this situation? First pitch swinging is a strike. Julie Norris came in this inning in relief of Alexa Henderson. The 0-1 from Norris to Tubb. She shows bunt. It's right down the third base line. It's going to be caught by the third baseman. Throw down. She's safe. Infield single. The runner advanced down, or Bratcher advanced from second. Did not touch third, so she scurries back to second. It's honestly smart base running by Bratcher, because if they'd have thrown down to second, Killian could have broken home. Smart base running there. And an infield single, a second bunt single by Grayson County. And talking this over, Penny Reese with Allie Dotson. Last night, Allie Dotson in the bottom of the 7th inning against Ohio County had the bases loaded with 2 outs. And she struck out. Here's your opportunity, because you know what? If we're being honest, the game against Ohio County last night meant absolutely nothing. Nothing at all. This game means something. It's the district standings. It's against your biggest rival. Everyone forgets about last night if you could come through in this situation. The pitch is popped off behind the plate. Out of play for a foul ball. Allie Dotson. Can she come away with a big hit? She's 1 for 2. She doubled over the head of the right fielder Doyle in her last at bat that was in this inning. She also flew out to the right fielder Doyle in this game. The 0-1 is ripped foul down the right field line. The 0-2. Allie Dotson looks in at the first-year head coach Penny Reese, who claps her hands and pretty much gave her the look of, you got this. The 0-2 coming to Dotson. Pitch is fouled, and Penny Reese jumps out of the way of that one as it was down the left field line. That was an inside pitch, and that's just really good hitting there by Allie Dotson. That wasn't your pitch. Foul it off, and we'll do it one more time. Lady Cougars have scored 5 runs in this inning. The bases are loaded. 3 ducks on the pond for Allie Dotson. The pitch. Inside, almost hit her. The Edmonson County fans thought that was strike 3. We'll do it one more time. The 1-2. Killian at third. Bratcher at second. Tubb at first. The pitch is fouled over the head of Penny Reese down at third base. She ducked out of the way of that one. And Dotson staying alive in this at bat. The Lady Cougar dugout making tons of noise. Trying to cheer on the junior Allie Dotson. The line in the pitch from Norris is ripped off the glove of the third baseman, and she is hurt on the play. I hope she's okay. 2 runs are going to score. Grayson County leads 8-7 as it hit off of her hand, and you got to hope that she is okay down at third base. Grayson County does take a lead on the play. The third baseman, Sanders, is injured, and we'll step aside and take a quick break. This is Grayson County Lady Cougar softball on K105. Welcome back here to Grayson County High School, where Kaylee Ann Sanders has left the game with an injury. We hope that she is okay. She was being helped out. We know Trainer Scott for Grayson County, there's not a better trainer in this area, so we know that she is going to get excellent care right now. And her mom came out there. Looks like going into the game at third base is going to be number 17, Carrie Ann Johnson, the junior, will be taking Sanders' spot at third base. What happened is that there was a line drive hit by Dotson, and it hit, and I don't want to assume by any means, it looks like it hit off the hand of the player Sanders, and she immediately went down, and we just got to hope that she's okay. Obviously, things way bigger than the game, and you just got to hope that she is able to, that this is not a long-term injury by any means, and obviously sending good vibes and thoughts and everything her way. As she is being checked out now. Her mom was out there helping her out. Let's just hope that she is okay. Grayson County, though, does now lead to 7 as they've now scored runs in the bottom of the 5th inning to lead Edmonson County 8-7 to kind of reset. Kayla Tubb, second baseman, and Kayla Tubb will be at second base, and Allie Dotson will be at first base. Again, the new third baseman is going to be Carrie Ann Johnson. Julie Norris will remain into the game as the pitcher for Edmonson County. Umpire was just communicating that with us. That's good, and Penny Reese still talking with her team, giving them a little bit of a pep talk. It'll be Cassidy Chaffins to hit now for Grayson County. She had a bunt single in this game, and she's also singled into left field. So again, you got Tubb at second. Dotson is at first. And here we come back to action. Showing bunt is Chaffins. She pulls back. It's a bunt low, and staking the steal is Tubb. Dotson backside will also move into scoring position. We have time called now, and they're going to clean off the base down at third base. So it's a ball called. Tubb gets the steal down at third. Dotson goes backside as well to advance. Cassidy Chaffins now, a base hit adds to the Lady Cougars' 8-7 lead. Great game here tonight at the Lady Cougar softball complex. The pitch is a swing and a miss to Chaffins. Lady Cougars trailed at the start of this inning 7-1. They've scored 7 in the inning to take the 8-7 lead. Cassidy Chaffins has an opportunity to add to that total. The pitch is a bunt right in front of the plate. Norris will get, she'll throw on to first, and Chaffins is safe, and a run will score. Hustling down the line was Cassidy Chaffins all the way. A bang-bang play at first. The umpire calls her safe, and Grayson leads 9-7. That was a very close play, and you know what? I think it was the right call by her umpire. Shelby Davis will now step in for Grayson County. She struck out looking, flew out to center, and singled into left. 1 for 3 in tonight's game. Grayson now leads 9-7 against the Lady Cats. The wind in the pitch is low, gets past the catcher, Skaggs. Dotson scurries at first and then doesn't decide to move any further. Chaffins, though, will advance on the wild pitch. Shelby Davis, the Lady Cougars' best bat, hitting nearly .420 on the year. The pitch is a swing and a miss. She took something off of that one, and you could tell Shelby Davis that's one of those pitches that she'd like to have back. That was right there in the sweet spot. She was looking to make this a 12-7 game with one swing of the bat. Last time she faced Julie Norris, she hit 2 home runs against her. The pitch is a swing and a miss, and now the count goes to 1-2 and Norris pretty much went back to that same pitch. She said you couldn't hit it the last time, so you can't hit it this time either. The 1-2 to Davis Edmonson County trying to get out of this inning without any further damage. The wind and the pitch is inside to even up the count here at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now Penny Reese going to call time and talk very quickly with Shelby Davis. Davis got the message from the legendary head coach Penny Reese, one of the state's all-time winningest coaches in state softball history. The break even is a swing and a miss, foul tip out, and that is the inning, but not before the Lady Cougars explode for 8 runs on 10 hits. And through 5 full, the Lady Cougs lead the Lady Cats 9-7. This is Lady Cougar softball on K105. Grayson County is taking the lead here as we head to the top of the 6th inning. They lead Edmonson County 9-7. Julie Norris will lead off for Edmonson County. Norris, 2 hits on the young season. She entered the game in place of Skylar Hawks and came in to pitch in that last inning. First pitch from Mallory Lindsay is outside for ball 1. Lady Cougars scored 8 runs in that bottom of the 5th inning to take the lead that they have now. Now the biggest thing here is keeping the lead if you're Grayson County. Pitch, ground ball, off the glove of Dotson. She recovers and throws on to first to get the at-bat. Dotson bobbled it and just realized that her best play was just to flip it off to first baseman Killian for the first out of the inning. Alyssa Doyle now to hit for Edmonson County. She grounded out to third and doubled off the wall in right center field. First pitch to Doyle is a line drive base hit back up the middle. Tubb lets it bounce in front of her and immediately fires in, and Alyssa Doyle has her 2nd hit of the game. And Rayleigh Moon, the designated hitter, will now hit. She struck out looking and struck out swinging here in tonight's game.
Number 18, Rayleigh Moon.
9-7, Grayson leads Edmonson. And what has turned out to be a phenomenal softball game here tonight at Grayson County High School. Pitch is low, swung over top of by Moon. Rayleigh Moon, the 7th grader, getting her first career appearance here in tonight's game. Doyle is the runner at first base. The 0-1 showing bunt. It's outside, fouled off. She does a nice job extending on that one as it was a hit and run. And great. I mean, that's exactly what you want if you are head coach Alex Massey. For Moon to do there is when you've got a hit and run, if you are the batter, you have to do everything in your capabilities to make sure that if you're not going to hit the ball in play, that you get something on that, because you don't want your runner to get caught stealing. The 0-2 to Moon. Fly ball, right field. Henning goes back over and careens over towards the foul line to make the catch for the 2nd out of the inning. Henning kind of had to spin around to grab that ball, hugging the line. And Annie Kuiper, the shortstop, now comes in to hit. She's 1 for 3 tonight. Her hit was a bunt single right back up the middle at Lindsay, the pitcher. Grayson leads 9-7. The wind in the pitch is outside. It's a slow ground ball to Dotson at second. She'll throw into first. That's the inning. And we head to the bottom of the sixth. Lady Cougs lead 9-7. This is Lady Cougar softball on K105. Anna Franklin will lead off the bottom of the sixth inning. Grayson leads Edmonson 9-7. Franklin tonight 2 for 3. Base hit to right and a base hit to center. Grayson County last inning exploded for 8 runs, which is how they lead right now in this bottom half of the sixth inning. Grayson County looking to snap a 9-game losing streak to district opponents. Franklin, first pitch swinging, fouls it off to the right side, out of play. Edmonson County, on the other hand, is trying to beat Grayson County 4 straight times for the first time in the history of these two matchups. In the history of this series, Grayson County leads 27-14 against Edmonson County. They're trying to double it up tonight and get back to that 28 mark. The 0-1 coming to Franklin from Julie Norris, who remains into the game at pitcher. Is a line drive, base hit into right, hard turnaround first. She turned on that one. Audrey Killian now to hit. Isabel Blanton trots back out to be the courtesy runner for Hannah Franklin. And Franklin has been flat out just smacking the ball as of late. I mean, this Lady Cougar team as a whole has really been hitting the ball well. Audrey Killian toes in, 2 for 3. Single, infield single, and a single off the wall. She pops that one off behind the plate. No ball and 1 strike. That single off the wall, she came close to potentially hitting a home run. As we mentioned earlier in the game, the wind was really blowing out. I'm not sure there's any wind right now. It looks like that flag in straightaway center is just falling limp. Which I guess if you're the team with a 2-run lead, you're fine with that. Pitch, fouled off behind the plate again by Killian. It'd be big here to get Lady Cougars get a couple insurance runs, though, heading into that 7th inning. Audrey Killian, the 0-2 from Julie Norris. The wind and the pitch is high, back to the backstop. It's going to go all the way around. It rolls down to third, and Blanton gets in there on the wild pitch, and that was one of those that almost – the wild pitch almost got the runner out at third. I've almost never seen that. It wasn't that close, but yet it almost was. Kind of a weird, crazy play there. Wild pitch there by Norris. Advances Blanton 60 feet away. The wind of the pitch is a swing and a miss by Killian. That was one of those that you could tell halfway through the swing she wanted to take it back, but it was too late. Ansley Schartzer 2 for 3. She's doubled to left, singled to left, grounded out to second base, and that's one of those that it's not in the rule, in the scorebook as a sacrifice, but it pretty much was, is because there was runners on first and second with nobody out. She grounded it to the second baseman and advanced the runners to second and third. It was a perfect at-bat, almost just as good as a hit if you're Ansley Schartzer in that situation. Both those runners came around to score. She watches the first pitch strike. Norris trying to work out of trouble one more time. The 0-1, high, 4-1. That one kind of slipped out of the hand of Norris, the freshman pitcher. Schartzer stares down the pitcher Norris and fouls it off to the left side, just gets over the net and heads into, so I like to kind of describe behind there, as I always describe the pasture behind here. You got another area of behind us where it's like a moat. I stepped in said moat a couple of weeks ago when I was here and muddied up my shoes, and that ball right there, that foul ball went into the moat. Pitch is low, good eye by Schartzer, and that'll even up the count here, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And so one of the JV Lady Cougars was going to fish that ball out of the said moat. The break even coming here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Lady Cougars lead 9-7. Blanton stands at third base. The pitch is lined, base hit right field. It is 10-7. Grayson County. Schartzer beats it out as they tried to throw 9-3 on the putout. Schartzer beats it out, and the Lady Cougs lead 10-7. Addie Bratcher now to hit for Grayson County. She singled right up the middle in her last at bat. She's 1 of 3 at tonight's game.
Number 7, Addie Bratcher.
And looks like we need some new balls. I think that Julie Norris, the pitcher, asked for a new one, and the umpire reached down to throw one and kind of patted each side of his pockets on the side and realized, I don't have any. So he went over to the Lady Cougar dugout and was gifted a couple of softballs. It's 10-7. Grayson County leads Edmonson County. Addie Bratcher to hit for Grayson. The pitch to Bratcher. A little breaking ball in there for a called strike. That was some nice movement there by the freshman Julie Norris. So resetting the scoreboard right now is the downside to the scoreboard is that if you mess up, you have to start back over at the top. Showing bunt is Bratcher. It's off the glove of the catcher Skaggs, and that will allow Schartzer to advance into scoring position on the wild pitch. Schartzer again, an insurance run out there at second base. It is 10-7 Lady Cougars. The pitch. Swing and a miss by Bratcher. She falls behind in the count here, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Big moment here coming for Addie Bratcher. Can she try to add to this Lady Cougar lead? The pitch is a swing and a miss, but it's a foul. No, it's a foul tip, says the umpire, and it bounces off of, I think that might have hit both the head of Skaggs, the catcher, and the umpire, and good to see both of them are okay. As umpires take a beating behind the plate, so do catchers, and in a lot of ways, umpires wear less padding than catchers do. The 1-2, popped off right side out of play. Hits off the top of the dugout. In the on-deck circle is Madeline Henning. We'll do the 1-2 one more time now from Norris to Bratcher. Freshman against sophomore. Is a fly ball back deep center field. Minyard back to the track, and she makes the catch for out number 2 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. It's one of those that if Bratcher would have had that hit in the 2nd inning, that might have been off the wall or a home run. The wind has completely gone away. Madeline Henning now to hit. She is 0 for 3. She struck out swinging, grounded out to the shortstop, and flew into that weird double play back earlier in the game. Outside for ball 1. The 1-0. Ground ball, slow one, back up. up the middle for a base hit. Schartzer will round third. She is going to come home in safely. Backside, Henning advances to second, and in there is Grayson County. They lead 11-7. The base hit by Henning finds the hole, and Grayson County leads 11-7.
Now batting for Grayson County, the center fielder, number 22,
Kayla Tubb, 2 for 3 with 2 bunt singles here in this evening's contest. 11-7. Lady Cougs on top of Edmonson. They trailed 7-1 in this game. Pitch is high and fouled off behind the plate. Looks like we need some more balls again. Roll some in, and be interesting to see here if Tubb has had a lot of success bunting. And yes, there's 2 outs, but why not? She's had some success in laying down some really good ones. The third baseman, Johnson, is playing back as well. There it is. She tried to show it. She pulls it back. And the wild pitch will allow the runner to advance to third base. One ball, one strike. Henning stands 60 feet away. Lady Cougars have scored 2 in this inning. Pitch showing bunt is Tubb. It's right in front of the plate. Tubb's going to beat it out, and the third baseman, Johnson, smartly just eats it, making sure that Henning was not going to be able to beat that out. And that's 3 infield bunt singles for Kayla Tubb. Allie Dotson will now take her turn to hit. Dotson had a 2-run single in her last at bat. She's also doubled to right field and popped out to right field. 2 for 3 in this game. The pitch here to Dotson. Off and running and fouled off behind the plate, so Tubb will have to trot back. This has been a very impressive performance for Grayson County. If they can close this out in the 7th, it'd be a huge win for this program. You know, especially that they fell down 7-1 in this game. And this is, you know, a game that they'd have lost in years past. Off and running again. Dotson swings over that one, but Tubb will have the base. The 0-2. 2 down here in the inning. Henning at third, Tubb at second. Grayson leads 11-7. The line and the pitch fouled off behind the plate. And we'll do it one more time. We're approaching the hour and 40 mark of this game. This game is moving on along really quickly to start. It has slowed down, though, at this point. Here comes the 0-2. Inside, called. Strike 3. Dotson goes down on strike. To the final frame. Grayson leads Edmonton 11-7. This is Lady Cougar softball on K105. Grayson County has not won a 12th district game since May of 2019. It's been nearly 3 years since that point. Obviously, kind of put a little bit of an asterisk by that because there was no 2020 year. Mallory Lindsay will face 2, 3, 4 in the order. She has a 4-run advantage in this game. It'll be Carrie Ann Johnson to lead off. She replaced the injured player. And low for ball 1 is the first pitch. She replaced Kaylee Ann Sanders, who left with the injury. Standing in the on-deck circle, though, is Henderson, who has been able to do whatever she wants. There's a swing and a miss. Johnson this season is 0 for 3, limited at bats. Mallory Lindsay trying to close this one out. The pitch popped off right side. Long run for the right fielder who makes the catch, Henning. She bobbled and she recovered and ended up, I think, catching that one with her elbows. As Henning and Dotson almost ran into one another, but Henning called it off at the last second, and there's the first out of the inning.
Now batting the first baseman, number 20,
Alexa Henderson will now hit. She is a triple away from the cycle in this game. She's doubled, singled, and homered. I wouldn't put anything past her. She can flat out hit the ball. First pitch low for ball 1. Lady Cougars scored 10 unanswered in this game. They lead Edmonson 11-7. They trailed 7-1. Pitch low for ball 2. And you know what? I do not hate this at all if you're Mallory Lindsay. Do not give Alexa Henderson anything to hit. Nothing at all. Make someone else beat you. The good old, I do the unofficial, official intentional walk. And she pitches, and there's a fly ball center field. Tubb back on her horse and makes the catch, diving against the wall. What a play by Kayla Tubb in center field, and the Lady Cats are down to their final outs. What a defensive play by Kayla Tubb, sprawling out to grab it in center. And if the game will be extended, it'll have to be Hallie Cassidy. 1 for 3, a bunt single she reached in this game. Lady Cougars have lost 9 straight district games. They're trying to end that streak right now. The pitch fouled off behind the plate. And ahead in the count is Mallory Lindsay at no balls and 1 strike. The 0-1. Can the Lady Cougars close out a big win in district play? Fly ball right center field. A long run for Tubb. Diving play. She makes it. What a play by Kayla Tubb. And the Lady Cougars win the game by a final score of 11-7. What a play by Tubb in center field. Lady Cougars win by a final score of 11-7. I thought her last play was impressive. That one was even better. The Lady Cougars win tonight by a final score of 11-7. We'll come back and wrap it up after this, as this is Lady Cougar softball on K105.
When you're looking for the best burger in town, choose Twin Lakes Creamery and Grill in Litchfield. I know it sounds odd that a creamery would have the best burger in town, but try it and you'll see. Then ask for the famous Crazy Cone or a hand scoop shake, float, or coffee. Did I mention Twin Lakes Creamery is famous for the delicious homemade ice cream? A wide variety and fresh to order. Great for parties, events, or victory celebrations at 400 North Main, or order online at twinlakescreamery.com.
Kayla Tubb puts on a defensive clinic in the 7th inning, and Grayson County defeats Edmonson County tonight by a final score of 11-7. The Lady Cougars snap a 9-game district losing streak and pick up what is a huge win for this team. They have been waiting for a moment like this and picking up a win against an Edmonson County team, and you know what? It doesn't get much better than that, scoring 10 unanswered to do so when things look like it just wasn't going to happen. For your final line score for tonight's game for Edmonson County, it was 7 runs on 10 hits and no errors. For Grayson County, 11 runs on 19 hits and 1 error. Your winning pitcher tonight is Mallory Lindsay. 7 innings, 10 hits, 7 runs, 6 earned and 2 strikeouts. For Edmonson County, the loss is saddled towards Julie Norris in relief. She had 2 innings, 10 hits, 6 runs, 6 earned, 4 strikeouts. Alexa Henderson also pitched tonight. 9 hits, 5 runs, 5 earned, and 2 strikeouts. For Grayson County, RBI-wise, they were led by Allie Dotson with 3. Audrey Killian added 2. And other RBIs for Grayson County included Cassidy Chaffins, Madeline Henning, Addie Bratcher, Ansley Schartzer, Hannah Franklin, and Shelby Davis. But again, Kayla Tubb was the only player who hit for Grayson County who didn't have an RBI. But she came away tonight with 3 hits, 2 runs scored, and somehow she outdid the catch that she made for the second out of the inning in the final play. We'll have to see if we can't pull that to as we'll pull that here for right now. 11-7, Grayson County leads this against Edmonson County. We're going to take a break and wrap it up after this, as this is Lady Cougar Softball on K105.
When you're looking for the best burger in town, choose Twin Lakes Creamery and Grill in Litchfield. I know it sounds odd that a creamery would have the best burger in town, but try it and you'll see. Then ask for the famous Crazy Cone or a hand scoop shake, float, or coffee. Did I mention Twin Lakes Creamery is famous for the delicious homemade ice cream? A wide variety and fresh to order. Great for parties, events, or victory celebrations at 400 North Main, or order online at twinlakescreamery.com.
Lady Cougars are winners tonight against Edmonson County by a final score of 11-7. They scored 10 unanswered to pick up win number 7 of the year. Just going through these stats, 7 wins for Grayson County. That matches their total in both 2019 and 2021. They've snapped a 9-game losing streak to 12th district opponents, picking up their first district win since 2019. And they snapped a 3-game losing streak to Edmonson County to do so. Gotta love that when you do it. Coming up for K105 Digital Productions next week, we got 2 games. We're going to head over to Don Lee Field for both of them on Monday. It'll be the 12th District opener for the Cougar baseball team as they'll take on the Raiders from Whitesville Trinity, 5:30. First pitch of that game, K105 Digital Productions. And on Thursday, we will be back at Dunlea Field as the Cougar baseball team will take on Hart County in a rematch from a game that they played just a couple of weeks ago. That'll wrap up our coverage tonight. I want to thank the K105 Digital Productions crew for their hard work tonight. Your camera operator was Alex Cook, and your director was Cole Snyder. So for them on a night where Grayson County snaps their district losing streak, scoring 10 unanswered to take down Edmonson County by a final score of 11-7, this is Sam Gormley saying so long, everyone.